3 years. 3 years. I was 11 when I started.
All right, good morning, everybody. So today we have invited not a child anymore, but a guest who started off with a brilliant journey when she was a child, when she was 11. And today she is a writer, she is a stand-up comedian, she's a theater actor. She has interviewed many high-achieving professionals, not only from Pakistan, but around the world, some really important people. And she's brought in insights from all those people. And now she's also an entrepreneur. So we've invited her to talk to you guys, to describe her journey. And in a way to also inspire you, because she started at a very young age. And since you guys are all in the same age bracket, so this should give you some inspiration maybe, and you might have questions to ask of her and learn more about her. So with that, I will invite Raheem Fatima.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me well? Yeah. Okay, awesome. It's very nice seeing you all. So, I'm Raheem. I'm 14, and I've been doing what I do for about 3 years now. So yeah, I was 11. That makes it 3 years. And just like you guys, I am also a student. I am starting the 10th grade, a little bit stressed about that. So there's a lot of relatability here. So just I hope that you enjoy hearing about me. So basically how I started was my brother got diagnosed with blood cancer. And that was a really hard time in life for me, because when I saw him in that place, in a hospital, it was hard because I was like, I could be there, anyone could be there, because life doesn't come with guarantees. You really don't know what's going to happen. That's the fun part and the not so fun part of life. Yeah, it's both of it. And when I was there, I realized that I need to do something. I need to make a difference, and I need to die satisfied. And I started basically going to different networking events. I love talking to people. I love talking in general. I talk a lot. And I would just go up to people, introduce myself, and start talking. That is literally what I did. And from there, I was like, stand-up comedy would be a good idea. And stand-up comedy is basically you're telling a story and then you're telling jokes with it. And just while you're telling jokes, you're supposed to make people laugh. So it's basically like funny storytelling. And I started with that. Now I made comedy about aunties, and I made stuff about, how living in a Desi family is. And it's really funny. So I started with that. I started with open mics. And then I went and I joined a comedy club. And that's actually how I met Madiha, too. I was performing at an open mic, randomly met her, and then I performed at the event. So we have known each other for 3 years. And from there, I got introduced to entrepreneurship. Because it was another performance that I was doing, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? So entrepreneurship is basically, or social entrepreneurship, is basically when you are doing business and you're also helping the community. So it's basically a business that's helping people more than the fact that it's giving them a new product or a service, but it's something more than that. And it was that really got me started at the NIC. I used to speak there, and I was there at every event and meet new people. And I've met so many people that are making such difference, and I think that was really inspiring for me, and that's where I wanted to start too. So yeah, and from there it kind of spiraled into so many more things. So what happened was that I came on social media, because I was not on social media before this. I was, a 6th grader, so I wasn't allowed on social media. And then I came on Instagram, and then I came on Facebook, and I got so many, followers, because I had many people that had a good following, and then they were like, hi, I have a friend, please follow her. And I started doing interviews, and I started connecting with people, because it was a whole new world. I mean, like I said before, I am in love with the fact of talking to people, getting to know someone, just walking up to someone, and you don't know what that person does, and you can just always be surprised. Then I started doing interviews because I knew so many people. And you might see the slides in the background. And there's also a video. There's a whole video on the journey too. So I will. I would like the slides while I'm speaking, then we can play the video and then do a little Q&A. Can you इसको आगे कर दें जरा? Yeah, please go back. I'll tell you where exactly to stop.
Do you want to go back?
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, around here. Yeah, around here. So I'm going to set a little to the side so you guys can see this, so you can also see me.
How old are you here?
I was 12 here. This is like 2 years ago. It's a very old photo, but I love this photo of me. I look like a grown-up here. So what happened was that coming there really taught me a lot of things of how to talk to people and how to communicate my ideas, and also inspired me to start something of my own, start doing something. And I love talking, and I started doing that. And so I started doing interviews and these conversations and sessions, and joined so many organizations, did panel discussions, basically a bunch of people. One person asked the questions, and a bunch of people answered the same question. So I did a lot of that. And then between that, there was also a very fun thing that I did. आगे जाते हैं? Yeah. इससे पीछे. Thank you very much. So I also did theater. So I had so many friends that were stand-up comedians, and almost all of them did theater too.
One of them is actually their current teacher.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Ahad is right there.
Yeah, that's Ahad. So the thing, I've done I think 3 plays, and in all of them, Ahad's always played my dad. So he is my stage dad, and he's very sweet, so shout out to Ahad. But yeah, we did theater together. It was really fun. So I wanted to do something meaningful. Like whenever I do something, I wanted to have a meaning, not just do it for fun. That is fun too. And so the theater was basically about a young girl that has a robot. And then it's basically the fact is, how people give boys more importance. And we were talking about gender equality throughout this whole thing. And then I did a whole thing about child abuse, but that was a puppet play. And we went into Lahore and to Peshawar in different schools, basically around Pakistan, telling what child abuse was and about harassment and how to protect yourself, because I think it's really important to talk about it. So we did that, and that was really fun. So can you, yeah, this one. So I got introduced to the Sustainable Development Goals. You might know about climate change, global warming. We see it all the time. And that's when I started doing activism for it, because I think it is something that's changing so rapidly. You see, it's so hot nowadays, and then it's so cold in the winters. And there's just a lot of changes that are happening to our world right now, and we need to control them. That is, again, humans being control freaks. But this was basically when I did a talk for the SDG Academy Pakistan, and I do a lot of talks, and I'd love if if you guys are interested in joining or attending such events that are basically on the Sustainable Development Goals. There are goals that are set by the UN to make a world a better place, and they have goals that are related to the environment, and goals that are related to education and poverty and many different things. You can take a look at it if you want. Can you? So after I did so many interviews and I did activism and I got, very prominent on social media, a lot of people like Madhya really invited me to give talks. And so I still remember I wanted to put this one in especially because I went to a school for a talk with the climate change, and I see whenever I meet young people like myself, or maybe younger than myself, a little older than myself, to me it's inspiring. Now I sound like an old lady, but it's really inspiring to see people that are making change, that are interested, that are curious, because I think curiosity is something that is truly, truly magical. So can you? Yeah, and this was also a school. So I was invited at a school to speak about the Sustainable Development Goals and about climate change, basically the SDG 13. It was a school in South Korea, and it was me in the morning talking, but again, it was really good. So I wanted to share some of these special photos with you guys. And just like this, when I get photos for this event, I'm going to share them too. So one day when I do another event, your photos will be on here. So yeah, and with a lot of these things, I got a lot of people that appreciated me, and I think that is what I love about what I do, is that people really appreciate it, and then I get an equal chance to appreciate other people, because how much ever you say, when you're appreciated, you always feel very special, and it feels really, really good. So these are some of the awards that I got. There's different youth awards and there's different climate awards that I have received. So this was that. Aage kar sakte hain? Yeah, and this was an event at Jazz. So I still love going to networking events, just events where you can talk to people, because you never know where a conversation can lead. A random conversation. I bumped into Madhya in a hallway. That's where we met, and now I'm here. So, conversations, always make conversation, kids. And this was an interview on Pakistan television. I was really, really delighted to be on there, and they also invited me to kind of be a speaker for youth and say what the challenges are for me and what I'm doing, basically. And yeah, that is it. That's my presentation. That's my story. And now I would love if we can play the video, and after that you guys can ask questions. Anything that is related to me or what I said, ask away. So, yeah.
Hello, I'm Raheem, 13 from Pakistan. I'm an activist, stand-up comedian, writer, teacher, interviewer, and a theatre actress. When my brother was diagnosed with blood cancer, I realized that life is too short and you're never too young to die. My father suggested stand-up comedy, and I have professionally performed at Pakistan's National Council of Arts and the National Incubation Center. When I joined theatre, and it is about gender equality, underage marriages, child abuse, and child rights. Performed at charity schools impacting thousands of children across Pakistan, I also performed at the Children's Literature Festival. I started teaching English online to children and adults from around the world. I was introduced to the SDGs by Saramar Jafri and started creating awareness on climate change, education, and peace. In the previous year, I have conducted over 500 sessions with national and international education leaders, economists, activists, entrepreneurs, and CEOs. I believe that intercultural, intergenerational, interfaith, and international dialogue is the only way that we as a global community can create acceptance, tolerance, and mutual growth for global peace and the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. I recently interviewed the Dalai Lama and have been featured on national TV, CTV News Ottawa, and Voice of America. Thank you so much. Hello, I'm Raheen.
How do you know where to start?
That is a very good question, and I have something that is something I invented. It's called the explore and the expose theory. So by exploring, I mean just go to different networking events if you want. I can suggest you that. Just go meet different people. Again, people can be from different professional backgrounds, can be doing like so many different things. Like I know someone that's a NASA astronaut. It's like, you know, that's pretty cool. So yeah, and it's just like you meet different new people, and then you expose yourself to different environments, and again, different professions and different working environments, and then you realize this is something I like. Like I actually watched like a YouTube video that was a stand-up comedy video, and I was like, I like this, and then it kind of went from there. So whenever you like someone, like something, you can just, you know, start pursuing that. And you can always ask them, how did you start? How can I start? How can I, you know, contribute? So I think that is a very good place to start. And again, if you go somewhere specific, you know, again, some things may have a different start than others. So, yeah, I hope that, yeah.
Were you ever at some point where you're like, I don't think I can do this?
Oh, many times. So the thing with for me, it is a lot of times like I've spent like the entire night working. Like when I had this open mic at BNCA, I was writing the comedy for like the whole night, and I still had the test in the morning, and I slept at 4. And it was like, oh my God, it's a lot of things all at once, and it's like, oh my God, I cannot do this. And that is, I think, where my parents come in, is because they're a big support system. And I'm not saying this because he made me say it, but I'm saying this out of my love for my parents. But then they're always very supportive, and there's a lot of times where I think everyone's like, oh my God, what is this? So yeah, many times.
Is this the same open mic?
Yeah, that's the same open mic.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked until 4 in the morning on that set. Guys, ask a question, ask anything. Okay?
Were you like in front of the stage and then you didn't know what to say? You were like in front of the stage and everyone was watching you, and then you're like nervous, and then you forgot everything you prepared for.
Yeah, I think that happens to everyone. I mean, I've been like doing speeches and stuff for like a very long time. But I still remember like once I was on stage, and this is my TEDx actually. So I'm going there, and I remember like a group of you know, young people, and all of them are like really nervous, and I'm really nervous. And then I go on the stage, and I'm just like looking at there weirdly at people around me, what is happening. But it was like really good because, you know, the audience wasn't that huge, and it was being shot. So I could take takes, though I gave it all in one take, but at first I started. I was like, oh my God, can we stop this? Can I like take a breath and like, you know, start this again? So sometimes you do have the time to do it, sometimes you don't. But a lot of times, like the comedy sets, I like forget jokes in between that. So yeah, if like only my dad and my mom, the people that I've like originally performed for, can tell if I like skipped something. But otherwise, like people, they hear it for the first time and they're really happy. So yeah, I also get very nervous. Anyone else? Please, guys, ask questions.
Okay, same question. How do you like get over with the thing when you get nervous? Like, I mean, like there's like a huge audience, and then you forget everything. Like, how do you get over with it?
I think it is like places like this, I feel very comfortable because it's like, you know, I get it, the people my age, it's not like a very humongous crowd, so to say. No offense to you guys. You guys are awesome, but it's not a huge crowd. Let's admit that. I think places like this, when you start like a little, if you have stage fright and if you do experience like extreme nervousness, or because everyone is nervous, but like in those settings, it's better because, you know, when it's smaller, you feel more comfortable. And then, you know, you just scale little by little, and then you can go up to like 1,000 people. You can go up to like awesome amount of, you know, people. But, you know, you can start small if you know, you feel nervous. So, yeah. Ibrahim, do you want to ask a question? Like, maybe you could start this thing. Yeah. That's my brother, by the way. Say anything. Anything. You know everything about my life. You can say anything.
You are Ramon for life.
क्या अच्छा उर्दू में बोलते हैं ना क्या हुआ
क्या आपको लाइफ में क्या चाहिए था?
There's a lot of jokes that I can do right now. Yeah, and I actually remember none of my stand-up comedy. I haven't performed in like some time. Do not. See, I'm a funny person in general. I do not intend a lot of them. So yeah, but no. What do I want in life? I wanna feel fulfilled in terms of helping people. Yeah, people have started talking about what they want in life. So yeah, but anyone want to share anything that's not a question, perhaps? Anyone? Okay. So it was awesome having you guys as an audience. You guys were awesome. If you, any of you, yeah?
I will still steer the conversation. Maybe more questions will come in. So
Yeah.
we saw these photos of you with the awards, like certificates and awards. Can you tell us more about them? What is the kind of work you did that got you to getting these awards, and also a few guiding works, maybe like projects that kids here could benefit from. How do you think that they could get involved in something similar, something like that?
Yeah, so most of the awards that I get are usually peace awards because I worked a lot on peace. So I joined International Children's Month, which is basically an organization that is all about peace and the love, care, and respect of children. And I did an event with them, and then now I do an event. I've been doing it for like 3 years, like a couple of events every year actually. So it's there when I did a lot of panel discussions, and I actually met with quite some indigenous leaders, and we talked about peace in the world. I actually did my latest session June 21st. So it's work like that really got me, more recognition, and then led to me receiving Peace Awards. Youth Awards is because I've been very active and I've interviewed more than 500 people. So it's that definitely because I've interviewed like a lot of different very cool people. Fun fact, I interviewed an AI robot.
How does that work?
Yeah, so here's the thing. I see someone on Facebook and they're with an AI robot. Now at first I didn't believe it. I'm like, no way this is happening. But so then I reached out to Billy. So I reached out with Billy and I'm like, hey, I really want to interview the robot. Like, I don't care about you, but like I care about the robot. And so I started doing that. It was so awesome because the robot, Maria bot, she already knew about me because her ethicist, which is Billy, had told her about me, and then she knew what I did, and I made her say my name like a billion times throughout the interview because I still couldn't believe it. Like, I was born in like 2007, so I was that kid that was like, that grew up with robot cartoons and stuff. Like, it's still very unbelievable. So yeah, it's stuff like that. I did a lot of interviews to the Youth Awards, and fun fact, I was also the Cartoon Networks. So Cartoon Network and CNN came together for a collaboration. Like they joined forces for a project, and that was basically finding people that are working on the climate around the world. And I was one of them. And I was the only person that was from Asia, and I was their climate warrior. And I'm on their website. That was like a childhood dream. I'm like, I watched Cartoon Network growing up. So I'd be lying if I don't like stop at it when I'm changing channels. I still do. Yeah, so it's that too. So a lot of things come from the projects and the panel discussions and just how much work that I'm doing in my network. That's how stuff comes from. Any more questions from that conversation? Yeah.
Meeting a lot of famous people, right? How do you feel about that?
Sorry? Wait, yeah, can you? Thank you.
Since you meet like a lot of famous people, right?
Yeah.
What are like your thoughts on them?
Yeah, so I've been like starstruck so many times. I remember, one of the interviews that I did was this actor that we've probably all seen. Very less people know him by name, Ali Khan. And so I remember I reached out to him and he actually like got back to me like right there and then. And he said an interview. I was like, no, like this cannot be happening. And then I met him and I was like, through the whole interview, my eyes were wide open. I was like, what is happening right now? Now, also, I reach out to a lot of people and not, some people do not actually get back for an interview, but some people just get back in general appreciating my work. And I remember I used to watch this show growing up, Just That Magic. And the person that was a lead in the show actually got back to me on LinkedIn. And I was like, oh my God, did that person just appreciate my work? So yeah, a lot of people, like when they appreciate your work, it feels really good, and I'm really starstruck. And I'm still not good with famous people, because like I look like, oh my God. So it's like I cannot act cool in front of famous people. I can. Some people can. It's like really a skill to like act chill.
Everyone would just be like so awkward.
It's really awkward, like, oh my God, what do I say? What do I do? Am I making a fool of myself? Am I being stupid? So yeah, it's just like a lot of thoughts go through your head. Now, if it's in person, then it's even more weird. But if it's like online, then it's, I think, less weird. But yeah, the awkwardness is pretty much the same. Yeah, more questions, guys. More conversations.
Okay. Since you meet like a lot of people, like as she said, were they as they seem online?
Good question. So a lot of people I've met that I've known for a very long time online, and then I met them in person, or I've known them like in person, and then I met them online. So even me, like if you see me sometimes in interviews, I might seem different. It's because I choose how I look like. I can crop myself. But, here it's like you get what you get. So it's that. And then towards the oddities, yeah, there's people that I've met that were like really sweet online, not so sweet in person. But like, and I've met people that are like, I don't know, like really talkative online and like, not real talkative in person. And I've like been really good friends with them. And then online, they're like, yeah, shy, but it's also like, because I introduced so many people to Zoom. Because I started doing interviews before COVID hit. So I sound old now. I sound old all of a sudden. I'm still young, guys. So yeah, it's just like those people is because, it's online and it's not in person. So the interaction is just weird for people. But I'm used to looking people in the Zoom screen. So I'm like more awkward in person than I am online, which is most of the young people. So can you pass the mic to him? Wait, should I pass it?
Tell them something about pitching your ideas to the people you meet,
Oh, yeah.
like CEO Logitech and Amir Brahim.
Yeah,
I kind of have two questions, but
sure.
do you ever get overworked or burned out?
Good question. I like that. I say that to every question. God. Okay, so I do. It's times where, the busiest days I've ever had have been like 13, 14 hours long. And for me, it's like a lot. And that usually happened when I had school, because I had school in person, and then I had theater, and then I had comedy shows, and I had so many things like all at once going on. So yes, I have. But what I do when I have like a busy day or a busy week or like just busy time in general is for a week, I stop talking to people online, and I just like go MIA on everyone, and I just watch Netflix and I chill. So it's like when I'm really busy, then I have to like really be really lazy to like kind of balance that. So yeah, and then the second question.
I forgot.
Yeah, you can just keep it to yourself, I think, until someone else has a question. And so what my dad mentioned was basically, I think when I meet so many people, some of them are like CEOs, like I've met the CEO of Jazz a couple of times. He's actually like really sweet. And he doesn't have the ego like, oh my God, I'm the CEO of Jazz. He doesn't have that. It's just like, if I would be the CEO, I probably would. That's just like my own like personal opinion, that I would be like, oh my God, I'm the princess, stuff like that. And the CEO of Logitech and different companies. I'm actually connected to the CEO of HP, the ones that make laptops. Oh, yeah. It's really big. So people like them, it's when you meet them, it's like you're not sure if you're going to meet them again. So right there and then, if you have related ideas, if you have questions, if you have thoughts, that is when you say them. Because at first I was like, oh my God, like I'll say them later when we're good friends. That happens like really rarely. So what's better is just like to take that opportunity. Because I think in my life is like just a bunch of coincidences. I think everyone's life is. It's like one random day I meet one person in the hallway. Like, I cannot tell you how many people that I know nowadays, or I do projects with, or I do events with, I've met randomly in a hallway. So yeah, good old days when you could go out a lot and do that. So yeah, it's just like when you get the opportunity, do that and communicate well. So yeah, because a lot of times you do get awkward when you're like, oh my God, I need to do this in front of a famous person. But yeah, that's when I want to do.
How do you have fun?
Had really fun last night. So when I have fun, I call my best friend over, or I go over to her house, and then we like chill. We watch Netflix, where we lie down. So Netflix is basically my idea of chilling. So a lot of shows, a lot of that, and that's basically how I chill. Otherwise, I just sleep, and I started playing guitar, so I do that. It still sounds horrible, but I would say I am learning, but I would still tell people I am like the guitarist. I am like a John Mayer in my head. So yeah, that is how I have fun. Yeah.
When you first started this, how did you see yourself like in this age?
Okay, so this is very cool. So when I was 11, no, I was 10 back then. So I was 10, and I still remember I was shooting my first YouTube video, which if I was in control of me, I would remove from all social media platforms because of how weird it was now that I look back at it. But it was in Muddy. So I shot that there. And then this month, actually, like the beginning of this month, I went to that same place. And back then, in my mind, it was like, oh my God, I'm going to be like 14, 15. I'm going to be so famous, they'll like kick me out of here. That was 10-year-old self thinking about that. And then I went there, and nobody recognized me. Nothing of the sort ever happened. But I basically saw myself really making a difference. And also being appreciated. Like, who doesn't like being appreciated? I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it. So I think I've come a long way. Sometimes I think, oh my God, what just happened? Like, that happens to me a lot of times. So, yeah.
So we have a suggestion from a colleague that how about we do a demo interview of how you interview people with one of the kids who would volunteer to be interviewed. Is that, sorry for putting you in the spot, but is that a good idea?
I love doing that. I'd love to talk to you guys. Sure.
Excellent. So we just brought in chairs. We'll set them up on stage. Out of these kids, who would like to be interviewed by Raheem? We're going to do it just as she does it with her really cool guests that she interviews in general. Yes, Alina, yeah? Awesome. Yeah, go for it.
Sadly, I'm way too awkward.
No, that's okay.
I will make you unawkward. I will make you unawkward, don't worry.
Honestly,
All right, give it up for Alina.
Awesome. At this point, you've entered the Zoom meeting, and I let you in, and you're connecting to audio, and you're connected to audio. This is what happens. Okay, so hi, what are you doing? Sorry, no, not. This is before the recording. Oh my God, I'm so used to this. Okay, we're gonna start formally. Hi, this is Raheem, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we have
Alina Farouk.
very good. We have Alina Farouk. I personally just met her, but I loved her question and I love the curiosity, and she's laughing at all my jokes. So I like you, Alina. So can you please introduce yourself? Just like tell how old you are, where you're from.
I'm 11. I'm in grade 8, and I live in Islamabad.
Awesome. You're in the 8th grade at 11?
Yes.
Good, bro. People are doing something educationally. So yeah, awesome. And when's your birthday?
April 19th.
Good. Now, what are some of your interests? What do you like to do when you're not studying?
I like to do arts. I'm staring at Sajjad right now. Yeah, he even said so himself. I'm his best student, and he cannot deny that.
He said that as a teacher?
Yeah.
That's so unfair. The
You cannot say that as a teacher. You can't. You can't. But yeah.
I like to go hiking sometimes.
You know, I'm personally not a big fan of just moving in general. I like to sit in one place and chill. Like, I was a born couch potato. So, like, I think being active is really important. And with that also, art. So what do you like in art?
Honestly, I'm not the best, so I just like to practice.
I see. And do you have something favorite that like you've made? Like, can you describe something that you've made that you really like?
Honestly, all I make are alien creatures, and they're terrifying.
They are. I need to see one of the alien creatures. I don't. Are they not like the alien emoji? I thought like they'd be like have a green big head and like those eyes. Or are they like really creepy?
Mix.
uses the alien emoji? Just
Honestly,
I do. It's so awesome. Oh my god.
the emoji ever.
I haven't used that since 2017.
Are you trying to say I'm old? Are you trying to imply that I'm an old person? No. I am, but you know. But no, like I use emojis all the time. The main thing that I use is basically weird emojis, but it's like every contact in my contact list that I like really know and care about has emojis on the side. Like my dad has rainbows. It's like literally Baba Johnny and rainbows around it, and like when you know he's calling, I question what I was thinking when I set his name to that. But yeah, how many siblings do you have?
Only one.
You guys are sisters?
Yeah.
No wonder you guys look alike. Oh god.
No.
You guys do.
No. She calls me SpongeBob SquarePants.
I don't see the resemblance. I actually literally don't.
No.
You don't see the resemblance?
We just have similar names, that's all.
What's your name? Alina?
Alina, Selena.
Oh god. Like it happens because Ibrahim and Raheem, like the end is like so it's like whenever like mama is like shouting from upstairs trying to get me to do something or him to get to do something, you know, I have to confirm, is it me or is it him?
My mom does the same. She switches our names. She'll be like, Alina, come here, and then she'll really call me, not even Alina. So like.
And some of the teachers also do that.
Yeah, especially Sajjad.
Yeah. I'm still mad at him for it.
Yeah, I mean I think she's older, right?
Yeah, she's older.
So I think with older siblings, like I'm an older sibling. Ibrahim is like 8 years younger than me. But like usually I've seen this happen, like when, you know, teachers is like maybe they taught Selena and then, you know, now they're teaching. I'm like, oh, are you Selena's sister? She was an awesome student. Oh my god. And then they
I
start
swear,
doing
I
that.
only liked my English teacher.
I mean, my school is really different because first of all, my school is an online Zoom school.
Wow.
So all we do is rickroll each other. That is our. Oh, you guys know what rickrolling is?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank God.
Rick Astley. It's basically like a song from Rick Astley.
Yeah, it's a song. So what you do is basically you rickroll people. So what? It's just like me sending you a link and you opening it, and then you see that dude just dancing around.
Good luck.
We do that.
Maybe you should search it up.
So we have our tech teacher. There's not even 100 billion people on Earth. One is 1 billion. That is good. Yeah. Discord is all about rickrolling.
Yeah. I swear it's all about rickrolling and trollers.
If you open like Discord, it's gray background,
Yeah.
right? And there's a little lighter shade of gray
Yeah.
when you open when you hover your
I've
mouse.
gotten that one.
Oh, you could do that. One of my friends
Hover your mouse
does
above
that.
the GIF and then you get rickrolled.
God. Okay, it's just like when you share your screen or you share a link, like me sending you a random link, you opening it and then you see a dude dancing. And then,
And then what do you do?
okay. See? That is how it's
You're supposed to get angry. You're like,
Yeah, you're mad that you
like
got
I just
trolled.
wasted my energy. Get it?
Gen Z
That's not
is Gen Z is very different from millennials.
Yeah. You know one thing? So here's the thing. I do not study tech at the school, but we have this thing. So I shadowed for this. Like one day I was just observing the class, and this is what our tech teacher does. He's like, he's fairly young, Eric. So what he does is like, guys, so I'm going to show you how to code this.
oh no.
And then he just plays the Rickroll. And I'm like, oh my God. So I think a lot of our teachers are like really cool and really socially aware of things like the Rickroll, unlike, older people in this room.
I don't think Madiha or the other teacher gets it right now.
They don't. They can't.
No.
They cannot understand the spirit of it. Like,
They cannot understand the humor. That's it.
they can't. Like, my humor is like way different than my dad.
My humor is dead. Dead. I have no humor.
Memes from Facebook and expects me to laugh at them. I'm like,
You don't send memes from Facebook. Oh my God. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, Facebook memes are for old people, okay? They're like weird memes.
Honestly, Facebook is made for old people.
who has used Facebook aside from?
Not you. Okay, I'm not insulting
I am
you.
offended right now.
I'm not insulting you.
No, okay. In my defense, which I have to really put up like right now, Facebook is an awesome place to meet people. But Facebook is where you get hello
Dry
friendly,
humor.
weird messages basically. But I got like followers there, so I use it.
Keep it for the followers.
My dad is sitting right here. Like if he went out of the room, I would be like, no. Like I know Facebook is for old people, but no.
Don't you dare come at her right now.
Yeah, nobody. But I mean, Instagram is cooler, and Instagram's old now. No offense.
Instagram is so boring. What do you do on there?
You look at memes.
All
God.
you do is just
Memes are
scroll.
so overused. They're like recycled.
TikTok is the best. You get lost.
Oh, yeah.
Do you even have TikTok?
No, I don't. Well, then why are you?
So you don't have it. You are.
Then why are you hating on it if you don't have it?
God. Okay, but going back to Alina's interview, we got very sidetracked. Very sidetracked. So you mentioned your sibling and everything. So, like, if you could say that you would want to build up on one of your interests, so to say, like a profession, or what you would want to do when you grow up, basically, what would that be?
Honestly, when I grow up, I just want to be like a designer. I'm not really sure what type of designer, but I just know I'm in that category.
I see. Like you want to do something that is related to art and designing.
Yeah.
Basically, you are a creative mind. Like,
I guess.
You guess.
yeah, you're a really creative mind. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Thank you so much for being on my interview show.
Of course.
Okay, next.
Selena, go on.
We can do one more, very brief, and then we'll just wrap.
Yeah, like no offense to Selena, I would want to have someone that has not talked that much.
Yeah.
That's the introvert.
Whoa, yeah. What's your name?
My name is Ilhan. I'm 12.
Spell it out, please.
ILHAN.
Ilhan. Oh, it's a very unique name. Do you know what it means?
No. Absolutely
You
not.
should ask your parents.
They've told me like hundreds of times, but I do not pay attention.
I like that. I like your style. Hi, Ollie. I'm in love with this interview. So can you introduce yourself, like your Ilhan, and then your age and where you were based?
I'm Ilhan. I'm 12 and I spend my time on my computer. Nothing else.
That is awesome. And so what do you do on the computer like the whole time?
Mainly just chat with my friends on Discord. Sometimes play games.
Yeah.
Mostly watch anime.
You watch anime? So I have this friend that I made, and she's like dying for me to watch anime, and I'm like trying to put it off like the longest time. Because then I know she'll ask me questions and then think that I'm like genuinely like actually like watching. So yeah. But no, a lot of people are on Discord nowadays. I mean, there
Yeah.
are some people that, oh my God, what's Discord? But I think it's an awesome place to chat with people while
Yeah.
still not.
It's like probably the most convenient way to chat, since you
Yeah.
can send any file, any image, anything on it. But then again, it has its drawbacks, like the files could be malicious that have been
Yeah,
shared.
because a lot of people that are on Discord, the thing with them is like they're like really techie.
Yeah.
So like you have to like really think clicking on a link through.
I'm one of those techie people.
I see. Yeah. Get me like a cool Rickroll link, something of the sort for school.
I
First
made
day
one.
of school.
I've made one.
You have? Okay, you're sending
It's
that
like
to me.
Discord Nitro, but when you click on the link, it redirects you to the Rickroll.
I like that.
I've sent it to my sister. She got Rickrolled.
Why did you send it to your little sister? She's barely like 10.
Good question.
Yeah, I like that question.
Short answer, I have no idea. Yeah. All my friends have gotten hacked thrice, and I've not been hacked once.
I have.
How? Like
I
my
am
friend.
so dumb. I clicked on a link randomly.
Why? I checked the link 3 times before I even think about clicking on it. My friend got hacked for a free Nitro 3 different times. First, it was one of his close friends who got hacked, and like to spread the like malicious software everywhere, they like sent it to all the contacts. Then it happened again in the same way, but then next time it was from this like public server he was in. That's why the only servers
That's
I
why I don't
join
go to
are
public
like my
servers.
friends.
There's a
servers.
reason. Yeah, no. Yay.
Honestly, if you guys continue the conversation, would never end.
Yeah, it would not end.
And also,
But thank you very much.
security problem, a big security problem. Or some people are.
Yeah. So, can we have like one more person on here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give it up for Yaya. Wow.
That wow was so sarcastic sounding. Good talk show we have now.
Okay, I'm seeing this and I did not like how you pointed at my wall. Okay. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Hello, my name is Dahia. I'm in grade 6, I'm 11, and I live in Islamabad.
Awesome. See, someone learned from the interviews. It was like introduce yourself, no questions asked. It's like, do that, get it already. Okay. And so what are your interests? What are you into?
A lot. There's a lot of them.
Let's name top 3.
Let's name all of them. Video games, playing a lot of board games, a bunch of card games, a bunch of hiking, a bunch of physical activity, a bunch of football, a bunch of cricket, volleyball. A lot of things, okay. But mainly physical activities and board games and strategy games.
Yeah, and I think that's what I really like, is because you need to have a balance between physical activity and just, playing video games and stuff, and not just like be in the gaming trail like 24/7. And you should definitely keep that up.
Yes.
Thank you for being on my show. It was awesome having you on. Yeah, Ibrahim, I interview all the time at home when I ask you a question.
My brother's name is Ibrahim.
Yaya was one of the names we actually considered for Ibrahim. Ibrahim could have been Yaya.
Brother's also Ibrahim. Yeah.
Ibrahim's all over. They're going to take over the world one day.
Before they used to be very little,
Yes.
but now they're getting.
Like Abdullah's and Ibrahim's are like everywhere. So yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for being an awesome audience. It was awesome talking to you guys. If I could, this is when I would play the Rick roll.
Thank you so much, Raheem. So if there is any way that kids could stay in touch with you, if they need help, if they would like to connect with somebody, how could they do that?
The best way to do that is to reach me out on Facebook. So Facebook is the best way that you can do that. And if not Facebook, then Instagram. So either one of the 2 platforms reach out to me. And if someone that I know that you would want to talk to, just ask and I'll connect you.
It's definitely going to be Instagram. No one uses Facebook anymore.
Okay, great. Because she obviously, as you have seen, that she's connected with a lot of organizations, with a lot of initiatives, and she's done a lot of work. So anybody who would like to, try something like that in future,